Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you all for clicking. This is episode 25 on a 7-bedroom house that we're putting up for our lovely client. Alright, so in your view is a beautiful 3D representation of the house. In case you've given an architect a drawing to do for you, please remember that you will need a 3D. Okay, the 3D gives you the pictorial view of the house, and for that matter it is necessary. It gives you the window formation, the roof formation, the color selection, whether or not you want to change the color based on what you have. You will need all of that. Are you with me? So this is the time for you to really criticize your drawing before you get the actual output. All right, in your view is the breakdown of the cost. Okay, for the borehole, it also has a breakdown. Okay, so in case you need an explanation to the borehole, let me know. So we have the total cost of putting up the structural work. Are you with me? We have the total breakdown of putting up the structural work. It's $166,837. Okay, yes, and we are moving steadily. So I welcome you back to Oyarifa. Okay, and Oyarifa is a beautiful place, so beautiful. Yes, and in your view is the DPM. For those who do not know, DPM is a damp-proof membrane. Okay, to damp-proof, just like we have a burglary proof. A damp is a process of let me say, is caused by moist. Are you with me? Dampness is caused by moist or water residue, okay, or excess of water within the soil, and other situations you have where we have salt content mixing up with water, which create the capillary action that contribute to what? Dampness. So you see damp rising on your wall. This is due to the capillary action due to salt content and water. Are you with me? In the presence of water continuously, damp will arise, and for that matter you need a DPM to countermount the increase in the dampness. All right, so in your view is my cousin Jonathan Amwa. In case you need to do a borehole drilling, please contact Jonathan for your reverse osmosis, for the sales of all kinds of pumps. Okay, all right, so previously we talked about the importance of ground beams, which was episode 24. Okay, and someone was asking the question if it was an afterthought. It is not an afterthought. You see, I wonder how some people ask questions in that way, because you are not in the mind of the person who is putting up the construction, so you can say it's an afterthought. Neither did I say that. Okay, ground beams is part of the estimate. Once we are building, you need to incorporate ground beams. You understand? It should be part of the estimate, because it can't be an afterthought. Because when you're preparing an estimate, you need to think into the future, know exactly what you want, and bring it to the present. Are you with me? So why would it be an afterthought? And even if it is a good thing, because we all learn as we grow. So once you realize that, oh, you need to introduce something in there, why should it be bad then? It's not bad. It's a good thing you're introducing it. Are you with me? So we are introducing, which has already been part of all our project. Ground beams are necessary. And the importance of ground beams. Are you with me? Either you want to do a ground beam or a mesh. Now, today we have our architectural engineer on site, and his main objective is to snag what has been done. So it is time for snagging, and it is very necessary because we need to minimize error, and we want to make sure that the house turn out exactly how it has been envisioned, how the client wanted. You understand? And for that matter, we need to bring these two parties on board: the architect, the mason, and a third eye. I am the third eye. I watch everything and I criticize my team. And before I bring in the architect, we double check everything and make sure that the architect comes in, criticize what we have done, and then we improve upon it. That is how we grow, and that is how we learn. Are you with me? So for me, I am open to learning. I want to learn more, and I can only learn when I humble myself before these engineers, that when they come on board, they can share their knowledge. Okay, they don't do the practical work. They have prepared everything via their software, and they have the idea, and so they will share them with you, and you will do it practically. Are you with me? Yes. So he's going to snag the steel bender, he's going to snag the masonry work, he's going to snag the plumbing works. Okay, it is very, very important. Positioning, accuracy, precision, these are things you cannot do away with, especially in the field of industrial instrumentation, where I find myself. I did industrial instrumentation. My bachelor's degree is in industrial instrumentation, oil and gas. And we deal with accuracy, precision. You understand? Without that, I mean, you can't function properly when it comes to electricity or SCADA system or distribution control systems, which we use mostly here in Dubai. Advanced system, advanced control system, feedback, feed forward system. You understand? You need to obtain optimum precision and accuracy. Are you with me? Yes. So we have here the structural engineer snagging the corner pillar. That the corner pillar should be exactly within 90 degrees, and we shouldn't crank it, but rather we should extend it to be, instead of 3 rings, 3 rods, you're going to make it what, 8. So you're going to be 4 here and 4 there. You understand? Yes. And here too, he did mention that this is not going to be a continuation pillar, so we need to cut it down. And so that is not going to be a continuation pillar. Are you with me? So the steel bender would have to remove that one and reposition it somewhere else. Okay, so that is another aspect. In case any of you need a building material, please contact my brother, okay, Mr. Mauli. If you need a DPM, the very thick one, the UK standard brand, okay, which is 300 MU, contact my brother. DPC, okay, waterproof chemicals. If you need cement, if you need bitumen, please contact Mr. Mauli on the numbers on the screen. All right, it is very, very important. DPMs, there are a lot of fake ones in the market, so just be careful you don't find yourself buying a DPM, but rather it's a fake one. Get a good one, okay, the very thick one, okay, yeah. So like I said, structure, the engineer is snagging, and he's the one taking the video, and you can see his hands moving here and there. He's checking everything so as to minimize error, so that by the time we finish everything, we get exactly all the measurement should be exact. Most of it are not. Some contractors build houses and they try to skip some minor measurement. Oh, this is just 1 inch, we can ignore it. No, when an engineer is designing something, even 1 inch is adding up to something, and when you take it off, you realize that along the line it will go and affect you somewhere, because you take 1 inch off here and you take 1 inch off there, take one, before you realize you've taken almost about 3 feet off the entire square meter of the project. And for that matter, when you start laying your blocks, you realize that, oh, you need a certain measurement here, but you're not getting it, and so you start squeezing stuff, you start reducing stuff everywhere. No. Every measurement should be taken into account, and that is why in recent times we are making use of infrared measurement. The spirit level and the tape measurement are not giving us accuracy, and for that matter we need to move into advanced way of doing things. Infrared measurement, it gives you precise measurement, and so you can position your blocks, your corner pillars, okay, your ground beams, your piping exactly. Because if the plumber position pipes and it is out of it and you cast the concrete, imagine you have to now cut the concrete and then dig into the laterite and reposition the pipe and then do another concrete cast. You see, that is a loss. That is a loss. So this is the time when you get to the overside concrete cast level. At this particular stage, you need to take time to reposition everything and obtain that accuracy. Once everything is done in that regard, you can do your overside concrete cast. You understand? You can do your overside concrete cast. So for me, I was so patient with the engineer. I wanted him to snag everything properly. Are you with me? Yes, he need to snag both the plumber, the mason, the steel fixer. These three categories, because we don't have the electricals yet. Are you with me? And we need to snag everything, the position of the washroom, the wash hand basins, okay, the shower, the floor drain, the projecting pipes that are going for the service line, the supply line. We need to check all these positions. When you begin to lay the blocks, most of the pipe should be hidden within the block. It shouldn't protrude. You understand? Now we come to rain gutters. Most often than not, you see beautiful houses and you see pipes hanging on the wall. You see, we've gone past that stage. That stage is we've gone past that stage. Pipes should be hidden within the wall. Okay, we have external pipes in terms of rain gutters. We have those ones in the market. It comes in a beautiful design color, mostly in white color or other colors if you may prefer. But for me, ideally, rain gutters hidden in the wall, and you have to use a type B pipe, which is a pressure pipe. You understand? So you can see the engineer checking everything, the position of all floor drains, washing machine. Are you with me? Everything should be checked thoroughly. That is why I always say you can't pay a structural engineer to be at site every day, but you can pay him to come to site from time to time at a predefined time. That, okay, at this stage, I want you to come on board and snag everything before we move on. So the engineer comes in, you pay him. If it is 1,000 Ghana cedis, 2,000 Ghana cedis, depending on the distance, he will check everything and then he will write a report and then we will follow it. That he said we should change A, B, C, D. And then we do all of that and sign off. And then the project continues. And then at another stage, he comes on board. You give everything to the mason. I know some masons are good, but believe you me, they make a lot of mistakes. If you don't have a very strong personality like myself, I constantly check my team. I constantly check them. I don't just leave everything to them because of other past experiences. I am so much eyes open. My eyes are wide open. Are you with me? And you don't take chances just like that. So before this engineer even came on board, there are so many things that I told them about. And I even have to screenshot most of them and put it on the WhatsApp platform in a group that we are all involved in. A place called The Planter. I did mention it to the mason. And the structural engineer also came, he mentioned the same thing. So all these things are necessary. Collectively, we are able to minimize error. And then when you finish the house, you see a beautiful house standing tall. The depth of the foundation, the size of the columns, okay, type of iron rods. You cannot go and change the iron rods. For me, I will not accept it. If it has to be 16 mm, if it has to be 18 mm, if it has to be 20 mm, we are using all these rods all the way throughout. Are you with me? You can't go and change the iron rods when you get to the first floor. I will not accept it. We are going all throughout. Depending on the load that is sitting on top, we have to use 16 mm throughout. Are you with me? And here we are going to use quarry dust for our overside concrete cast. And it is very, very necessary. Quarry dust. Okay? Quarry dust and chippings. That is all we are using. We are not using sand. So it's very, very important. Quality. Do not compromise on quality. And I entreat all of you, if you're building such a mega project, okay, don't just leave it to the mason. Involve the architect. Once upon a time, let them come on board. Are you with me? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll be coming your way with episode 26 and 27 and 28, where we did all the casting, did all the snags, and we moved on from there. From me to you, shalom. God bless you wherever you are. Bye-bye.